Hello everybody, Laura here. So I have another design team project for you guys, and I'm going to be doing an art journal page. And the image I chose to use is Dancing Girl Hunni, and that's number 174. And I've colored her before I started filming just to save a little time. And I used the same technique that I've used in my previous videos with my zig markers. And I'm going to be using bright magenta to color the background for my page. And I just wanted to say that I really love digital stamps. They're a lot of fun. I really like them because when you get them, when you purchase them, you are able to, they're saved into your computer, so you can print them out as many times as you would like, and you can even resize them. For instance, with this image, Dancing Girl Hunni, I blew her up quite a bit, so she was large enough to go into my art journal, because my art journal is a 12 by 12, so it's taller. Right there I just showed where I used the Dry Dex spackling and some bright blue paint and mixed that together to add some texture onto my background. But yeah, digital stamps are a lot of fun, and I really love the ones from OddballArtCo. Lizzie Love does a fantastic job. All of these images are just so cute and beautiful and quirky and different, and I love it. So right here I'm just mixing up the spackling and the paint, and I'm gonna show a container that I've depotted a lot of my old eyeshadows. And so I just added a little bit of blue to see if it could add a little bit of sparkle and glitz to it. And right there I just put on the page where you can go to OddballArtCo on Etsy, and the link will be in the description box below. But if you use DTLOLA10, you can get 10% off of your purchase. And so you guys can go over there and check that out. Here is a stencil I have that is for a maze, but whenever I saw it in the store from a distance, I thought it was for like crackled paint to like give the illusion that it was crackled paint. So that's what I'm going to use it for. And I really like how it turned out. And whenever I was using this spackling, whenever I first started using it, I thought it was going to take a long time to dry, but it really doesn't take very long. And you can get the spackling, if you don't know, you can get it at Walmart, a hardware store, and I've even seen it at Dollar Tree in their hardware section. So a little small container at the Dollar Tree. So if you're just wanting to check it out before you buy a bigger bucket, you can go to the Dollar Tree probably and find it. And like I said, I really like how this turned out. This was my first time using this stencil, and so I was really pleased with the effect I got when I used it. And here I'm going to show where I took Spring Green, Key West, and the Bright Blue, and I just mixed those three colors together in a little lid to try to get the color that I'd used on my image. And I used the Tim Holtz Collection Honeycomb, which is THS 005, and a stippling brush to add some of that paint to my background. And I think whenever I was using it with the texture that I already had from the stencil before, it didn't quite let my stencil lay all the way onto the page. So whenever I lifted it up, the paint had kind of mushed together in some parts, which that wasn't what I was going for. But I left it as it is, so maybe I should have used this stencil first before I used my texture on top. You can see my hand there, I got a little frustrated. I was like, oh my gosh, but I continued on, and I still, I was pleased with the end result, so it all worked out. Here's excuse me, here's another stencil from the Tim Holtz collection, and it doesn't have a name, but I think it is called Dots, and I just use that a couple of times just to add a little bit of extra. And I wanted to use up some of the remaining paint, so I just used that same color and went around all my edges lightly. Okay, and here you'll see where I put the foam on the back of my image to pop her up and give her some dimension. And again, I used these leaves that I had got on clearance from Walmart last year, and I just really like to use them. They work perfectly fine, and it saves me from using up my foam squares on my smaller images. I tend to use my foam squares or foam dots, whichever I have that I'm using. I'm just gluing it down with some tacky glue. Okay, and here I just wanted a little bit of extra, so I took this music note stamp and a little bit of the bright magenta paint, and I stamped in the paint and then stamped it onto a piece of watercolor paper. And I used what was a little bit left in the lid for the teal color that I had mixed together, and I painted those so they have a bit of teal, but it also covered up my bright magenta music notes that I'd put. So I should have painted the watercolor paper first, but I wasn't really sure what I was doing. I was kind of just winging everything, and I didn't know what I was doing when I first sat down. But there I'm taking my pink markers, and I'm just going around the edges and outlining the music notes, and then I'm going to take some of this clear stickles or diamond, I forget the name of it, but it's the clear stickles, and just went inside the music notes to give them a little glitz to the page. And then here in a second you'll see where I just stick them on, and that will complete my page. But again, I just wanted to remind you that if you go and follow the link in the description box to Oddball Art on Etsy and use the code DTLOLA10, you will get 10% off your purchase. And I really suggest you guys go over, because these images are so much fun and they're really fun to color up and cut out to put on your project. So I hope you guys go check it out, and thank you all for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye.